Assalamualaikum and hi everyone. Okay, this is chapter 3, logical reasoning form 4, and this is part 3. So still in statements. Learning standard for this video: construct and compare the truth value of converse, inverse, and contrapositive of an implication. So how do you construct and compare the truth value of converse, inverse, and contrapositive of an implication? Okay, before comparing the truth value of converse, inverse, and contrapositive of an implication, observe and state the differences between four statements in the following example. Okay, statement. If Ali is a prefect, then Ali is a disciplined person. So this is statement. Converse, if Ali is a disciplined person, then Ali is a prefect. Inverse, if Ali is not a prefect, then Ali is not a disciplined person. And contrapositive, if Ali is not a disciplined person, then Ali is not a prefect. Can you spot the differences between these all four? Okay, in general, statement if P and Q. Okay, converse, we change the position of P and Q. So for converse, if Q, then P. The inverse is actually we negate the statement. If not P, then not Q. Okay. So inverse is actually we negate the statement. Okay, if not P, then not Q. Contrapositive, we negate the converse. Okay, we negate the converse. If not Q, then not P. Right? Next, have a look at this example. Write the converse, inverse, and contrapositive of the following implication. You must remember this statement: converse, inverse, and contrapositive. So here given other implication or statement. So this is statement. For A, after the word if, so this is P. And after the word then, so this is Q. So in order to write the converse, inverse, and contrapositive, we refer to this. Okay, converse, if Q, then P. So the answer will be, if X is greater than 0, then X is a positive number. We change the position of P and Q for converse. So this is the answer. Okay, for converse, we change the position of P and Q. For inverse, inverse is actually we negate the statement. So just add the word not in the statement. So if X is not a positive number, then X is not greater than 0. For contrapositive, we negate the converse. So if X is not greater than 0, then X is not a positive number. So I hope you understand how to write a converse, inverse, and contrapositive. Okay, have a look at example B. So the statement, this is P and this is Q. So for converse, just change the position of P and Q. So we put the Q first, then the P. For inverse, we negate the statement. So here the statement is greater than 0. So here is less than 0 or equal. Why we put equal here? Because for the statement greater than 0 means 0 not include. So for negate, we include the 0. Okay. So for contrapositive, we just negate the converse. It's actually we change the position of inverse. Next, for example C. So this is P and this is Q. So the statement, the converse, we change the position of P and Q. The inverse, we negate the statement. And the contrapositive, we negate the converse. Or we just change the position of inverse. Alright. So after identifying the converse, inverse, and contrapositive of an implication, you will evaluate the truth of the statement mentioned earlier. So the truth value of a contrapositive is the same as the truth values of an implication. Means, contrapositive and the statement have the same truth value. The converse and inverse are contrapositive to each other. So, the converse and inverse also have the same truth value. So, as you can see here, the statement and the contrapositive will have the same truth value, while converse and inverse have the same truth value. So, if P true, then Q true, the statement will be true. The converse and inverse also contrapositive, true. If the first statement P is true and the second statement false, then the statement false, also the contrapositive is false. But the converse and the inverse is true. Okay, if the first statement is false, the second statement is true, then the statement and the contrapositive is true, while the converse and inverse is false. If both P and Q is false, then the statement is true, the contrapositive also true, while the converse and inverse also true. Okay, in conclusion, the truth value of an implication if P then Q is always true, except when P is true and Q is false, happen at the same time. If an antecedent is false, then the implication if P then Q is always true, without depending on the truth value of the consequent. So have a look at example 13. Determine the truth values of statement, converse, inverse, and contrapositive of the implication. So the statement is the question, the implication. So the antecedent, this is antecedent. For statement, the antecedent 2 times 3 equals to 6 is true. But 8 minus 2 times 3 is not equals to 18. 8 minus 2 times 3 is actually the answer is 2. So the consequent, this is consequent, the consequent is false, then the truth value false. Okay, remember the table just now? Is the first statement is true, the second statement is false, then the statement false. And the contrapositive also false. So the converse, the antecedent is false, the consequent is true. So that the truth value is true. For inverse, we negate the statement. The first statement here is false. The consequent is true. So the truth value is true. For contrapositive, this is true statement, while this is false statement. So the truth value is false. Okay, this is your homework, self-practice 3.1e. You have only 2 questions for this exercise. Thank you and see you in the next video. Bye.